Greetings, strangers. I haven't been able to stop thinking about this project. I got to my stopping point for the last episode, but I really just need to be able to continue working on this. It's very possibly one of my favorite things I've worked on. We're gonna keep working on this. I do have a whole bunch of supplies for this, on how we're going to be terraforming the area. It's really, again, a very simple idea on how we're doing it. It's just actually making it look good that's gonna be fun. And then there are some of the details that could make this look really cool if I can execute them properly. The first thing is understanding what the layout's going to be. So the idea here is that we are going to do kind of a gradient pattern, and we're going to take and have this blue stretching out from the rift. And then, as we get it a little farther away, we'll be mixing in the warped wart blocks. It'll add texture, and it gives us a slightly more greeny hue. It skews a little bit more to the green than to the blue in the cyan scale. And then we'll finish it off with nylium, because the warped nylium has some shades of green that go directly into the grass shade. So the idea here is we're just going to have it slowly spreading out from the edges of this rift. And this blue is going to continue just taking over the area. And then we'll have this nylium as a good transition block between the grass of the area around us and the blue of the rift. Hopefully, again. The idea is there. I haven't actually done any testing on this. This is the first amount I've put down any of it. Although it does already look good. I think I might need to pull back the amount of just the concrete because of just how little texture there is to concrete. Do a little bit more heavy-handed on the wart blocks. But overall, that's going to be fun. This is going to work well. Before I get too distracted on that side of the process, we are going to go ahead and add an armor trim into the storage room. Which ones have we not done yet? I think the next one we need to add is rib. I think we can put rib over here with these two. Yeah. So we'll add rib in the center over here. Which means we need an armor trim color. Well, armor trim and armor. I think we're going to do purple armor this time, actually. I think the green, orange, and purple combination will look cool. And what looks better with purple? Ooh, but we do already have purple and gold as a combo. Okay. I was going to say what's a better combo than gold and purple, but obviously I've had that thought before. So maybe we should try something else. Maybe we go purple and green. Yeah, let's go with emerald. There we have rib. Going with the dark purple and the emerald does really work. I'm honestly not sure I'm a big fan of rib, actually. But that's all the time I'm going to put on the armor stance now. Back to work on the rift. So I'm kind of thinking we start with just little spreading tendrils of the cyan. when I first was clearing out this entire ravine, because there used to be a ravine here that I cleaned up and cleared out to make into this rift. Everyone on the server came over to help me clean it out. And it's funny because they were pestering me about what exactly I was doing over here and what my plan was with this ravine that I was clearing out for seemingly no reason. And I told them they'd have to wait and see when it was done. It was a surprise. Of course, that was a year ago now. No one was on by the time I finished the first version of the Rift. It's probably for the best no one was around to see the old version of the Rift, though. It wasn't my best work. This, though. This is something I'm going to be proud of when we're done with it. So we've gotten the tendrils out on the more flat areas. I haven't started doing any of the work going up the hill yet. I think maybe for now we just continue with the concrete, and then we'll go from there. So I've gone back through to redo some of how the tendrils are spreading outwards, because I did make a realization that it spreads easier going down. Why is that? Not entirely sure, but it doesn't naturally want to jump up blocks. There are areas where it does go up blocks, and that's also important. But like here, it only spreads so far going up because it has multiple points where it's spreading from, and it meets in the middle and is slowly working this way. Whereas if we come over here, you'll notice it hasn't spread up the sides over here much at all. It's just barely peeking up over the edge here. But down here where it goes down, here it's going a lot farther. It spreads easier going down, and I think that continuity will help with making this look better. Just little details like that. It's all the little things. The way the skulk veins have pulsating teal lights all working in tandem with each other. The glow lichen spreading on every surface around here, dotted around. The little nether sprouts slowly creeping outwards. It really is starting to come together. Now the next part is going to be the more tricky one. The biggest thing that is keeping this from really feeling like something growing and changing and taking over the environment is the trees. So I plan to change the trees. I just don't know exactly how yet. So I'm kind of obsessed with how the rift is currently looking. It's completely changed the area. I mean, we could probably use a little more normal short grass over on this side. Because I think the short grass really helps with the transition between the nether root. The warped roots over in the jungly side works really well. And there's a whole lot more ferns and short grass over here because the jungle area is a lot more overgrown. Same with we've got a lot more like bushes and things. I did go a little bit differently than how I was kind of trying to make work with the trees and the bushes. The idea was that the entirety of the plants were going to be corrupted, changed by this. Corrupt is not really the right word, is it? I don't know. It could be, I suppose. This vine is a problem, actually. Let's fix this real quick. But I was going to change all of it. But I couldn't figure out a way I liked doing the leaves that worked that way. So the current compromise is that the plants are in a process of changing. As such, they've got the glow lichen on the leaves and over their trunks. Some sections of the trunk have completely changed. The other detail we've got going on is I've put in some warped vines. And I'm hoping there's enough bamboo nearby that it gives off the impression that, oh, hey, this is bamboo that's been changed. Because the whole idea I've got going on here is that it's not new growth, it's this rift is changing things around it. I will also say, the irony is not lost on me that I started a project before my friends left that I finished after they left that is a literal rift between my base and theirs. Actually, let's update the map. Let's see what the area looks like with the changes. That's kind of insane. Look at that. So it's looking crazy on the map. It's looking epic in real life. Looking at it at night is so cool as well. I'd love to have more time to keep fiddling with this, and I might still do so some in the future when I get the time. But unfortunately, I have run out of time for this episode. But we got a pretty big amount of work done. We completely transformed this area. Anyway, I appreciate y'all so much for keeping me company here in this ghost town, along with those llamas in the background. I will catch y'all later.